Hello and welcome to the Knock On KCLR and Scoreline.ie's weekly rugby podcast. We're a block missing this week. I don't know where he's gone. He's not around, James Blanchfield, but we'll have him back on next week. Of course, life does get in the way of the old podcast and that as well. Lads are busy, but we have Johnny Tobin here from Tullow Rugby Club with us, and of course Tom Crotty, the president of Carlow. Lads, how are you going?
Not too bad, Stephen.
Good, Stephen. Thanks yourself.
Not too bad at all. Johnny, I noticed you have a Kilkenny college top on as well. That keeping you busy at the moment?
Yeah, first day back today, so it was pretty good. Now down with the junior cup team for 06 because we have 2 junior cup teams this year. So it's busy. Over 60 kids training today on the first session. So it was very good now, to be fair. Looking forward to what the season has ahead.
Yeah, plenty of work going on down there, of course, all the time, Johnny, as well. They're a very, what would you call it, proud rugby school as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. And it's good to see some local guys down there as well. There's lots of representation there from Carlow. Actually, in the junior cup team at the minute, there's a good few lads from Carlow and Tullow. So It's good. It's an enjoyable place to work. Very, very proud and very, very ambitious about what they want to do and where they want to go. So it's good. It's a good environment.
That's it. And they've pumped out a couple of professional players over the years there as well. Robin Copeland would be one the people that know. Played a bit with Munster, of course, and did the rounds as well. Leinster Academy, wasn't he, as well? And
Leinster, Cardiff Blues, Munster. There's Shane Delahunt there as well.
Of course, yeah.
He's been very good, actually. He was down with our junior cup team over the summer doing a few sessions with them. Good few, Foster Horn, a few others in the 7 scene. They pumped out a good few talent now, in fairness to them, long before my time. There's been none in my time.
I'll give it time.
Johnny, you'll be flying another couple of weeks.
It's a work in progress, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. So, lads, Tom, I'm going to talk to you quickly. We have to look at what happened on the pitch with their first proper bit of a match for Carlow. The J2s, he's entertained Kilkenny last week. Didn't go to plan.
No, I'm glad Blanche is not here tonight. Definitely.
He'd let you know.
This is going to make it an awful lot easier. Tough game. It was a really, really good game to watch. Like for first game of the season, like any game that has 9 tries and it can't be too bad, you know. We got a lot of young lads out. There was I think it was 4 lads made a kind of senior debut up from kind of under 18s. There was Matt Keogh, Josh Cope, and young James Cowan. They all popped up from the under 18s last year, so they kind of got a bit of a entrance into senior rugby. First half was going pretty much 50-50. We finished off 14-all at half time. Then we came back out and had a really, really good first start to the game, and we went up 28-14, and that's where things went a bit downhill after that. I think, to be honest, I think it was with a couple of changes off the bench and just adds kind of concentration left, and the usual thing, couple of silly little mistakes. Suddenly they got another try back and another try, and it came right down to the wire, and they scored a try in the last minute to win by a point, 29-28. But look, we were happy with the lads, really, really proud of the lads, and to get out as many players at this time of the year was great. I know that Corey, afterwards, speaking to them, kind of said, we've got to bring it on from here. That it was an amazing performance from both sides. I think Kenny were a little bit wiser, they're a bit cuter around the edges, and our lads were. They went back to the power game, especially in the second half. They mauled over. So it was a bit more of a cuteness, and then the last scrum where they scored, they wheeled it around, and lads should have really done something, either spin it around or bring it down or do something, but there was no. They just wheeled it enough for them. They literally walked over the line, so that kind of put an end to the game.
Yeah, but an entertainment one to kick us off anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, can't fault it.
You can't beat 1A competition though, Tom, really, like for us in 1B. They're just that little bit harder, that little bit more, I wouldn't say educated maybe around the rucks and stuff. They're a little bit more intelligent and a little bit more wittier.
Yeah. That bit of cuteness, Johnny, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a solid result for you, though, like 28-29 against the Kilkenny team.
Yeah.
I know you had a couple of guys back in. I see Wes Shirley was back in the mix there.
Yeah, great to have Wes. He took a year out of work and stuff.
He took a year out
kind
with
of come
COVID
back fresh.
Stuff.
He's back fresh.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's good, and that'll be a good boost for your senior system as well, having a guy like Wes back in, because I know you lost Mossy Whitney this year to travelling, so.
Yeah, Mossy's off enjoying the sun and over in Oman or somewhere. So.
He'd be a big loss to you, though, Tom, in fairness.
Huge loss.
Yeah,
on and off. On and off. Well, you said it now. He's a good guy, and it's kind of even off the pitch, the way he talks, it gets young fellas going. And during the COVID period, he went out and he helped out with kids, and the kids loved him. He's an all round decent player, and decent good guy. Yeah,
he's a good guy. But it'd be a boost for you though to get that result against them, because I know we're due to play them next Thursday night. In Tullow. I don't know what I'd say. It'd be a mixed bag of cats again, both sides. But I know we're due to play them, and we'd be quite happy with a result like that playing them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
well, it was a beautiful day. It was absolutely cracking. That you couldn't ask for any better day to play rugby. The sun was splitting the stones, and it was actually a decent enough crowd up. It was a pity with no bar.
Always a good crowd as well. In fairness, no bar. In fairness,
and no bar, terrible.
Oh, brutal. And a lovely day.
A lot of very thirsty lads.
And a couple of thirsty lads coming off the pitch after as well. The weather is another thing as well. We're lucky the last week or so with lots of high pressure and very warm as well, but the boys would probably nearly prefer a bit cooler, I suppose. They're used to the winter and I suppose to keep the temperature down. But yeah, it was a nice one out there as well. And just talking about that and the bar and everything, they're lifting restrictions now, and there's lots of different bits and pieces announced yesterday. How does it affect your clubs, lads, in terms of, I suppose, the bar anyway? Will they open again? Can you get people inside, function rooms and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. It'd be a great thing for the social aspect of the rugby, I suppose. And a lot of people would only come out to watch. I know on the Black Gates especially, only come out to watch the game so they can have a few pints in after on a Sunday, chat to a few of their friends. It's a great hobby for the older bucks, I suppose, but it'll be good. It'll be good for revenue as well. Drive up a few pound into the club, they're not cheap to run. So any extra profit is always welcome. You know,
absolutely. We'd be the same now. It's just look, you miss it. Jeez, you really do miss it, and it's not even, John. It's not even a pint. It's to go in and get inside and meet people after, even for coffee, a mineral. It doesn't matter. It's just the crack. So I see we probably you might be able to open back up as far as inside, but you still have to have the COVID for the moment, the COVID certs for the moment. But hopefully by the I think it's the 22nd of October. That's the nightclubs and everything. So if that really brings it back to, that should give us a good couple of months, please God. That we can have a full lash at it.
But it opens up the clubs as well for fundraisers. Tom, I don't know, do you still run your discos, or will you still run your discos? But I know in Kilkenny, their discos are a massive detail. They have a massive fundraiser off their discos. They really do, and it's phenomenal the work that goes on there. I think Noel Devlin kind of leads the show down there on the discos, but Tullow haven't done one now in a while. Do you still do them? You do?
Yeah, we were doing the teenage discos. We're getting up to 300 kids at it.
Yeah,
wow. And you can't you never, because if you never get an adult disco. So I mean, those days are gone.
No.
It was great. It was look, it's good promotion for the club as well. Because we're coming from all around, but we'd love to see that back, because look, at the end of the day, there's more than just us adults going for a few pints. There's kids out there want to have a social life and meet people, and they want to grow up too and have experiences the same as we all did. And they've been taken away.
300 kids once a month into the club would go a long way to help them run it, in
absolutely.
fairness.
Yeah.
And it builds a lot of friendships too between coaches and that, to get to mingle and get to see the kids off guard rather than that training and that matches, so they get to see them on a personal note.
100%.
It's good, And
then all the other bits and pieces, any other different events or dinners, and even entertaining clubs and everything as well, after matches and all that, just to do all that stuff again. It makes all the difference.
Yeah, for sure. The dressing room has not been able. I actually didn't. I asked today. I couldn't see. I know someday a review stuff was sent out, but I didn't see about dressing rooms. That's a pain in the backside. Another couple of weeks is going to be pissing rain down on us. So it'll be. You have to have changing rooms back and showers, and as you say, go back for an out sandwich in the bar or whatever.
Yeah, because the gas thing about the changing rooms, what I find funny now, I'm not up to speed on all the regulations and everything and all that. I just do whatever I have to do. But if you're going out training contact game and you're batting off lads there for 90 minutes, I don't know why you couldn't sit in a room, get a shower, get changed, get out.
You're practically snotting on their backs anyway.
That's well above my pay grade to question the lads at the top table. But
that's
just
a good
my
point,
take
Johnny.
on it. Like,
yeah, you get into a scrum with a lad and you're practically snotting on the side of his face, and
well,
can't
even
have a shower.
Even at rope, anything, like even touching the same ball as him. Geez, for a long time there, we'd sanitize balls and hands and everything before training and after training and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't know. I just think the whole dressing room thing, I just don't get it. Open the windows, leave the door open.
There's a good headline in there somewhere, Johnny. Is it the time to end sanitizing our balls? Just thought of
whatever you're into, Stephen, whatever floats your boat.
You know, the lads are fed up of sanitizing them. It's time to open the clubs up. It's interesting as well, because fundraisers, lads, are the cornerstone. They're hugely important for it as well. And I don't know if you rent out your function rooms, you know, to outside interest or anything like that as well. But all those options are not there at the moment either. So it's good to have that. Has anyone checked the fixtures? Is anyone playing on October the 22nd? And could you have a COVID over party or something?
If we're not, we'll arrange a game between Tullow and Carlow and we'll do something.
Have an adult disco there as well.
A game of ping pong inside in the clubhouse just to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know actually that now, Stephen. That's a good question actually. And it'd be a great thing for a club if they were playing that weekend or after that weekend close to it. You know, you get a lot of people out and a lot of people interested in it. So
100%.
If the weather was good, you could run a barbecue or something as well and make hay when the sun shines.
Absolutely. It's the 22nd of October, lads. So
yeah.
It is. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So it's a Friday.
Yes, that'd be ideal for the Sunday after.
Yeah. Tullow versus Carlow, under lights, 7 o'clock, disco straight after, beer half price.
There'll be no beer half price in Carlow Rugby Club, I can guarantee you that.
Definitely not in Carlow.
Sorry. Tom Crotty might be able to spring that now being president, you see.
No, I think Adele Gibbons would have something to say about that.
Bottles of beer with a label you can't read, half price.
Yeah. Fell off a lorry somewhere.
Yeah.
One of the boys has a crate of it out in the.
Yes, you only have to open up your bar. The last thing you want to do is give beer away at half price.
100%, Johnny. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Tenner a bottle. You want to be charging Dublin prices.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, lads. So, Jesus, yeah. So, we're creeping back towards the season getting underway properly. Who's up next for ye, Tom?
We're actually Kilkenny this weekend. It's just we're playing them on Friday night, just sort of training game.
Cool.
Steve Ashmore, because we're not out for a couple of weeks. Then we're still out waiting for the first round of the Leinster League.
Yeah, obviously because the Southeast has gone, like we were talking about last week, so it just leaves that big gap, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Well, it wouldn't have happened only for the game on Sunday. Steve Ashmore come up after us and he said we just have a bit of a training game on Friday night, just to make it a bit more interesting.
I think that's something similar to what we'll be doing with them.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's so good that you can have that link with the three clubs because, like we were saying last week, like the Southeast gone now. Like there was no real logical thinking to it if teams went out in the first round of the Carlow J2 Cup, which was what week was that? It was last week, so the 24th or 25th of August, that they wouldn't have a game then until the 19th of September. Like it wasn't very logical. Like to be fair,
no. Absolutely.
You're trying to get lads back and interested, and then you're putting them off for a month.
Yeah, maybe the Carlow J2 should have been over 2 rounds or something, or points, or do round robin or something. Anyway,
maybe the Southeast should have been given a little bit more interest.
That's true. It's the other side of it as well.
I know it just makes sense when you have the Southeast because you're trying to we're still trying to reduce travel and contacts or whatever. But like Southeast, only the teams are just around us. Like
like if you look at that in the middle of the restrictions, you were due to play Ashbourne, and we played Sea Point. Like
that's right. Yeah,
there's no reduction of travel there. Like
no.
Fair spin.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Johnny, you're going to give your Astro pitch or your 4G pitch a proper run out as well now over the next couple of weeks and months, of course, with the season starting. How are the boys finding that? Just the difference?
Yes.
I know there's be chat, and you often hear the professionals saying, it's grand when it's a bit wet, but when it's a bit dry,
Yeah, sure, it's like everything. Sure, isn't grass awful to play on rugby when it's hard? Like,
yeah, 100%.
When it's dry, like playing rugby on a hard pitch is awful too. But look, there's going to be lots of run-outs on it. The youths are starting back this weekend. Is it this weekend or next? This weekend,
this weekend.
Yeah. We've lots of youth teams out at the minute. I'm not quite sure many games yet because there's not really confirmed. They're generally confirmed on a Thursday, times and dates and stuff. What we're going to be doing for the youths. But I've been speaking to Robin Johnson, and there's youths out left, right, and centre. We've under 14, 16 girls out on a Monday night. We've seniors, then 16s and 18 boys on a Tuesday night. You 14s and 15 boys then to get out as well on Tuesday and Wednesday night. So it's getting lots of training, and we've opened the grass pitches there now as well last night. So they're due to be done. They're due to be marked. I'm to mark them next Friday because there's no games on them for a week. So we have to try to get water on them and soften them up. But yeah, so there's going to be lots of feet on ground, and our minis are back next Sunday as well. So there'll be massive numbers there next Sunday. You're probably back Saturday, Tommy, is?
We're back minis. Yeah, next Saturday.
Yeah.
So Saturday.
Lots of feet on ground. Lots of feet. I wouldn't say grass, but the older boys are finding it a little bit weird. Younger lads are loving it. So obviously, every young lad in the world wants to play on an artificial pitch, like. But yeah, look, it is what it is now. It's there. They may just get used to it.
Yeah,
because it is the younger lads that I really do like me. My own sons, because I kind of was going like, Jesus, like it is fierce hard getting, constant training, constant banging on it, because it's like underneath it is concrete, like it's hard.
Yeah, well, our one isn't too bad because our one is it's designed like the new one in Donnybrook, so it has a breathing space on it. Like it's
lovely.
What?
It's lovely. I was out on it. We were over with the girls on Monday. Well, I've been on a few times with the girls, and
there's a bit of a bounce to it. To be fair,
it is like a carpet.
Yeah, there's a bit of a bounce to it now. To be fair, and the lads have done it. They're doing a great job on it. To be fair to them, so there's a bit of breathing space in it between the rock solid concrete and the ground underneath it. So it gives it more of a natural feel. It's not as hard as what Donnybrook was 8 years ago. It was like landing on a rock.
Oh,
even if it was a hailstorm or a snowstorm, it's still like landing on a rock.
Yeah.
So it's good.
No.
Yeah. The Donnybrook pitch is savage, so it is. They've done great work with it up there. Does it give you any bit of an advantage, Johnny, for matches for teams that are used to they're used to their own pitches and that they come up to this and it's a bit Johnny Mac, this is a bit strange for scrums or anything like that?
Yeah, look, you'd be naive to say it wouldn't. Obviously, it would, especially if you're training on it 2 nights a week when other teams don't have the luxury of that. Like I just use one example there, and Johnny Butler will kill me for this, but we played Mullingar a couple of years ago on a youth team, and they brought us up from Tullow to play on an Astro pitch, and that was 2013. They put 63 points on us. We brought them down to Tullow in a hailstorm of rain and slop and muck. Put them on our seconds pitch, who everyone knows our seconds pitch wouldn't be the best joke in the rain, and we beat them 6-5. So obviously it gives you an advantage, definitely. But there's a psychological thing to it too. Like it's just you're comfortable at it, you're training, and it's like everything you do in every walk of life. If you're training at it 2 days, 3 days a week, on the weekend it's going to be easy. It's just repetition. But for scrums, probably a little bit more of an advantage. It's like that. It's just all repetition, So hopefully it gives us a lot of advantages this year.
We'll see how she goes. Tom, you've got the place looking fantastic up there as well. Obviously the pitches are always in good old nick up in Carlow as well.
Yeah, well, they had a good. They're actually unbelievable at the moment. Because they had been. Like the top pitch was really struggling from just train after train after train. So like the break has actually done the place wonders. So it's the main pitch is really, really good at the moment. Really, really good. We got when Broderick's in to give it just to continually cut it over the summer, and it's made a huge difference. And that's thanks to Derek Hope and those lads that came in with their tractors and mowed it earlier on in the season and threw fertilizer and everything on it. So I mean, a lot of work went into it, and it's looking better than it has in years.
Yeah, no, I was
definitely
thinking,
has.
Yeah. I was thinking that during the lockdown and everything. I said, geez, the GA pitches and rugby pitches and soccer pitches with the break they're after being given, he says, are going to come back savage, and a lot of them did. obviously when they were maintained as well. But no, that's good to know as well. Lads, yeah, so it's sort of quite time of the season, so we're trying to find bits and pieces to talk about. But just in terms of provinces and everything else that's going on besides, Sean O'Brien is heading for Connacht. There's friendlies going to take place now between a lot of the English sides and, of course, the Irish provinces as well. Shawnee's heading over west with London Irish to play Connacht. So back in Irish soil, Johnny, for the first time in a good while.
Yeah, first time I think. So when did he leave? He left 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, so it'll be good for him. He's looking forward to it. I was speaking to him the other day. He's actually looking forward to it a lot now to get home and play on Irish soil again. It's good as regards to what we talk about because Tom Daly is going to be involved too. So two lads from, well, Tom would say Thomas is from Carlow, but I'd say Thomas Daly is actually is a Ballard lad. He's closer to Tullow. he drives by Tullow to go to Carlow Rugby Club. But anyway,
what's that saying?
Listen, at least there's nobody from Kilkenny involved, and we don't have to listen to Blanche about it. So
that's it. Exactly.
Carlow County is represented well.
Yes.
He'll hear this and come back next week now, lads.
He'll be on to me, don't worry. But yeah, look, it'll be good. I'm hoping to get over. I think now that the restrictions have been altered or lifted a little bit, tickets can go on sale, I think, today or tomorrow. So no freebies, Sean. If you're watching, I could do with a freebie or two. So yeah, looking forward to it now.
Yeah, no, and we were just talking about it off air before we came on about Leinster have decided to put their first couple of games in the United Rugby Cup or Championship. I keep forgetting the name of it, lads, but I'll get used to it eventually. Took me a while to get away from the Magners League and the Celtic League and everything as well onto the Pro 14.
Just call it the Magners League.
Yeah, I know, the Celtic Cup. So they're going to put the first couple of matches into the Aviva Stadium to get around the 75% rule. The Aviva Stadium's lovely. It's great for the internationals and everything, but you cannot, as we said, beat the RDS for, I was going to say Magners games, for league games and a Heineken Cup. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. We're just speaking about off air. The RDS is the place to go. It's where the crack is, It's where the ordinary Joe Soap fella walks in, watches a rugby game, enjoys himself, brings the family, brings his friends, kids, wife, whatever it is, and just really, really good atmosphere in the RDS. It's a real homely feeling, even though you're there with what's in it, 18,000.
Yeah.
It's just a great feeling. Every game you're at there is a really good atmosphere. Whether we're getting trounced on or whether we're annihilating teams, it's just really, really good. That's just me now personally. For me, the Aviva is more of an international suit day out. It's not a good old Friday night crack, where you drive up early, get in, get a burger on the street, chat to a few lads from local clubs that you'll be seeing, and just have the crack in the RDS.
It is that bit bigger. It's the same. Like the thing is when you get the smaller grounds. If you go to the sports ground or Thomond or any of the kind of smaller grounds, it's that bit more intimate. It's a bit more crack, even with the opposing fans, and just when it goes into the Aviva, it's just so big that you lose that kind of bit of crack that you do have, and it is even like meeting the opposing fans and the singing and a bit of banter that you're going to have. It's just you lose that kind of when it gets so big.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
anyway, but you can see what they have. Leinster have to make money too, so they have to get more people. They have to get bums on seats to make money. So we can understand.
Yeah, we're not idiots either. We know it's a revenue thing. They've got players to pay, they've got bills to pay. So coaches, etc.
Absolutely.
So the RDS unfortunately does not have the capacity to pay that.
Yeah.
And it's even though it can hold 18,500, which is pretty good. It's for people that are listening that have never been, I suppose, to a Leinster just typical league match as well. It's a great evening out, great day out, whenever the matches are on. If you've got kids, there's plenty of kids stuff to do up there as well. You'd lose count of the amount of food vans that are around the place as well. Drink if you want it, and everything else in between as well. And you can walk the whole way around the outside of the pitch, but still be within the grounds as well. For people that have never been there, it's pretty unique and it's pretty cool as well.
It's just that little bit less restricted.
Absolutely.
It's like what Tom said there about the intimacy part of it. I just think talking out of my head there. Now, I remember Brian O'Driscoll's last game in the Aviva, and I also remember Brian O'Driscoll's last game in the RDS. The one in the RDS gave you goosebumps. The one in the Aviva was a staged event.
Absolutely.
It's just my take on it. Like, the one in the RDS was just lads roaring at the top of their heads, screaming for one more year, one more game. You know, and the Aviva was just a big banner of them going around, and everyone was clapping. Like, you know?
I was there that night. He was tying his bootlaces and that, and everyone started chanting. And he looked up. I remember
there was just a genuine smile on his face. He genuinely felt that, like, you know. So that's for me where the RDS just pips the Aviva. You know, now look at, like we said, it's revenue. We understand it. We're not stupid. Like, but it'd be a pity that they didn't give 1 or 2 games to the RDS after its service over the years of Leinster games for them. So,
telling you, I'm looking forward to getting back up there, lads. Same as yourselves.
Yeah, hopefully
for sure. Looking forward to watch a rugby game. You know, just going to watch a game, like.
Absolutely, lads. We're run out of time. I suppose it's a quiet time of the season as well, but we'll keep the show on the road. We might have Mr. Blanchfield back with his returns. He'll have a listen, I presume, and take a few notes and come back next week, and he'll remind Tom Crotty of that match.
I'm sure and surely will, and he'll have Sunday then on back of that as well, or Friday night. So I'm sure we'll get it. Actually, Stephen, there's just one thing I'd like to just give a little plug to. On Saturday, there's 16 mad lunatics from Carlow jumping out of a plane in Kilkenny for the Martin Dunphy Trust. So Martin was, as everyone knows, was a coach and friend and everything. The club just had an accident. So they're doing it as a fundraiser. So there's a bit of a GoFundMe page on Facebook at the moment. Actually, it's really good banter at the moment. They have little individual clips or profiles of the lads with pictures of them and a little bit of a spiel about each of them that are jumping. So we're going down there on Saturday morning to watch them jump out of this plane. So
were you not on that yourself, Tom, no?
Yeah.
What happened, Tom?
So we wish them all the best of luck.
Are you not one of the mad lunatics jumping out, no?
I am, yeah. But,
it's a great thing, though, and fair play to you. It's a great thing that you're
best
doing.
Of luck,
I remember when the accident happened first and the house was being done. You were there yourself, Tom.
Yeah.
Lots of good work went into the house there, in fairness. So
people are fantastic, and it's amazing. I'm just looking at the page for the jump to GoFundMe, and the amount of kids, young fellas, that are giving €5-10. You know, just it's like we had the big fundraiser to get them home. That's just to give a little bit extra for care, and but just to see the amount of young people that have given money, it's fantastic. We have a great little nation. We give an awful lot. We have to say that Irish people are very generous.
Yeah, and it is a credit to the man as well. To himself, like, you know, that people are getting involved in it and doing that because he's a good man, to be fair.
Yeah.
So hopefully it goes well, and best luck, Tom.
Yep, thanks very much, lads.
Best of luck, Tom. Have a good one. That's it, lads. Thanks a million for joining us, and we'll talk to you all again next week.
Lovely.